As we all know, Hideo Kojima left Konami quite some time ago now and went on to take his company Kojima Productions onto independent waters and has of course joined forces with Sony for his next game, but of course isn't actually partnered with them or under them. He just happens to be working with them for his next project as far as I understand. Now, we basically know nothing about his new project, but in a recent interview with Famitsu, he touched on various aspects that give some hints as to what exactly Hideo has planned for his upcoming game. And when talking about the game, he said, quote, "It's an amazing game, along with the plot, characters and game system. I'm brainstorming everything equally. Some parts are very new, so I'll need to experiment with it. I won't say that it's an open world title, but those that enjoy playing today's AAA titles, such as The Division and Uncharted, will be able to play it smoothly. When it gets announced, some may think that it's not as way out as they had expected, but I'm sure they'll understand once they play it. The genre is action." Now, naturally, he has chosen to work with Sony Interactive Entertainment, as we already know, but given that this is Hideo Kojima we're talking about, he undoubtedly had offers coming left, right and centre once the rumours began that he'll be leaving Konami after their very messy and public breakup that went on for quite some time. Now, he has sort of touched on this in the past as to why he chose Sony. He's of course worked with them a lot in the past, has a good relationship with Andrew House and just with the company in general, but he touched a bit more on it in this interview and said, quote, "I've had offers from all around the world, but they're all done in Hollywood method, and I didn't feel like doing any kind of detailed presentation. That's why I was wondering who would trust me with just a big concept, and that's when I found SIE. They're giving me a vast amount of freedom, which makes it very easy to work with." So it very much seems that that trust goes both ways between Hideo and Sony are happy, at least for the moment, to give Kojima his breathing room and not pester him and not demand that, hey, he needs to do it this way, with a Hollywood-style presentation, as Kojima called it, and are giving him lots of freedom to make the game that he wants, which sounds really promising. Now, we basically have learned, not huge amounts about the game, but we know that it's going to be an action game and that it's going to be very much in the sort of big budget AAA style that we have seen previously with The Division and Uncharted, which are interesting examples because while they're both AAA games, they're of course very different from each other with very different themes, styles, characters, and of course one of them actually has a story, the other one kind of doesn't, to be honest. So I'm curious as to what he has planned for us, but it's probably going to be a while before we find out anything of real substance, so all we can do now is speculate on what we think Kojima is working on. I'm happy to just wait and see, and I'll be waiting with bated breath to see what ideas he has for us now that he is no longer shackled to Konami. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.